For, aspiring speakers out there or professional speakers out there, if you had one message for them, what would it be?
Do it because you love it, and the money will come. And let me just paint in the story a little bit. So for me, and someone just asked me this recently, I had a period where I was teaching yoga for 5 or 6 years, and for a period I was resenting that. I'm like, this is not what I'm here for. And I don't know what stage of that 5-6 year journey, but at some point I'm like, no, this is exactly where I need to be. I'm learning in this moment exactly what I'm going to need for a future, even though I knew my future was in speaking and later training speakers as well. And it was like, can I accept the gratitude of what I'm doing right here? Because I'm collecting resources that it's very unlikely any other speaker is going to have. And this for me is the magic. And, yesterday I watched the Australian keynote speaker of the year, or a couple of days ago, deliver his keynote. And half the keynote was about his time working as a chef. And I'm like, and this is like anytime something goes wrong or bad or good in your life, like these are the stories you're going to be sharing as a speaker. And to recognize that there is no wrong or bad, it's like you just have to keep saying yes to life and knowing that as you move through whatever's going through, that's going to be the resource that you share. And the second thing that's really important for me as well is that I recognized I loved the process more than the result. Like people say you should do this. I'm like, no, I do this. And I was running retreats at one point. So I was teaching yoga, I'd run workshops, and at one point I was like, no, I need to be in this more deeply, more often. And I started running retreats, and the way I was doing it, this is crazy, not a business move. Cody would never teach you this. I would sell the retreats at $100 to book, and then at the end of the retreat, you pay whatever you want. The $100 would basically cover some of my expenses, so I knew I could run it, and anything that people wanted to give at the end was a bonus. Not very lucrative. There's definitely sales stuff that we can teach to make a lot more money in that, and that I did apply later. But for me, the sense was as long as I'm in this environment, I'm learning. And all of that stuff is the fruit that I'm doing now on a much bigger stage, and it's creating a much bigger impact. So it's don't just dream about the bigger stages. Go after the stages you can get. Make yourself uncomfortable about the ones that you do have desire for, and start having the conversations.
Love it. Perfect. I think that's the perfect thing to wrap up on. Thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.